Hello, this is Nick Andre, your at-home instructor, welcoming you to another video. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how you can create your very own screencast using Screencast-O-Matic. What is a screencast, you ask? Well, a screencast is a digital recording of your screen. Before I begin this demonstration, I'm going to tell you the background of what I have going on. I'll be recording a PowerPoint presentation. So as you can see down at the bottom of my taskbar, I already have that PowerPoint loaded up. It might be a good idea before you record your screen that you have your presentation loaded up. If you're not using PowerPoint in your screencast, then I'd recommend that you have whatever you're going to record loaded up before recording. The other thing I'm going to let you know is that we're going to be using Screencast-O-Matic, which is going to require that you have Java installed on your computer. So go to java.com, follow the instructions if you do not have that virtual machine installed. And the last thing is that I will be using Firefox for my web browser throughout this demonstration. If you do not have Firefox installed on your computer and you want to be able to go through this video demonstration without having any problems, then I'd recommend going to firefox.com and installing their web browser. All right, now that you met those requirements, let's open up Firefox. And when that loads in, whoops, try that again. When that loads in, replace the address bar with screen-o-matic.com and hit enter. And here you are, you're greeted to this website that's going to allow you to record your screen. Your screen can be recorded one of two ways. The first way is simply doing it through the web browser. And you can simply click Start Recording. The other way is to download and install the application on your computer. To each is their own. I'm going to keep it simple, so I'm going to click the Start Recording button. When that happens, Firefox is actually going to block the content until I allow it. So underneath my address bar, I have this info bar asking me approve or deny, basically. So let me click Allow. And it's also going to ask me, would you like to just remember this so every time you come here, I won't have to ask you that question? Since this is not my computer, I'm going to click Only for Now. So Allow Now. And then this pops up. If this doesn't pop up and you see like a downloading screen, give it some time. It depends on how fast your connection is. But eventually, this little app should appear on your screen. So let me go over the tools for you before we start using it. Obviously, the red record button is simply the start and stop feature of Screen-O-Matic. The button right next to that is called the microphone button. As you can see, as I'm talking, that green bar is moving from left to right. The louder I get, the farther right it moves. If I don't know what microphone it's using, whether it's using my webcam, if it's using my headset, or a desktop microphone, I can click on this triangle and then pick the microphone that I really want it to use. So in this particular case, I wanted to use the microphone that I have plugged into my computer. Next to that is going to be my volume settings. If you start talking too loud when you're giving your presentation, you're going to get what we call audio clipping. It's not going to sound very nice. Just some tidfacts before you start recording. Check your environment. Make sure it's pretty quiet. Third, talk at a consistent volume. If you're going to talk really loud, turn the volume down. If you're going to talk really soft, turn the volume up. Ideally, you should try to reach a middle ground. Don't talk too loud, don't talk too soft. All right, the next option is the ability of what size or what part of the screen you want to record. So let me click on that arrow pointing down, and I'm going to pick 640 by 480 just to give you a demonstration that it gives me a box, and I can move that box anywhere on my screen. And whatever's in that box is going to be recorded, and whatever's outside that box, obviously, will be left out of the frame. Now this could be good if you just want to give a particular demonstration and have things slide in and out of the demonstration. But for what I'm going to be doing, giving a PowerPoint presentation, I want to record the whole entire screen. So to do this, I'm going to change my resolution, the 640 by the 480, to full screen. Notice the lines have disappeared. That's because it's edge to edge. It's recording every pixel on my monitor. All right, what's this button right next to it? Well, this button's about my webcam. I do not have a webcam installed on this machine. If I did, and my instructor asked me to do video with my presentation, all I would simply do is click on that box, pick the webcam, and then a thumbnail preview of what's going on with my webcam should appear somewhere on my screen. I'm just going to turn that off, and now I'm ready to begin. However, I'm going to check for a few things. How's the lighting? If I'm doing a webcam, I want the lighting on full bright as possible. How's the audio? Is there people talking in the room? Should I move to go somewhere else? Right now, it's just me in this classroom. It's nice and quiet, so I'm ready to begin. So let me click the record button. Now it's going to give me a countdown. 3 down to go. All right, now it's ready to go. Doesn't look like anything's going on, but you'll notice that my cursor blink every so often. That's letting you know it's taking pictures of what's going on your screen. So let me load up my PowerPoint. And now I'm going to go to presentation mode. So let me click on slideshow view. And here I go. I have my PowerPoint running. Microphone's on me. It's recording whatever I'm saying. And so if I'm doing a presentation for other people to see, then what I might do is say, hello, this is Nick Andre, and I'm going to give a presentation on world hunger, whatever this PowerPoint would be. And in this demonstration, I'm going to be going over the following items. And then I'm going to use my keyboard on my computer to page through each one of these slides. Now here's the cool thing about doing Screencast. Remember, we turned off our webcam, so there's no camera on me. So why can't I have my speech out in front of me, like I do right here, and then read through it? Hello everyone, I'm excited to be your instructor, or in this case, your presenter. That's awesome. It's going to make you sound like a professional, and it's going to make your video more engaging. Now, make sure you reread your speech prior to giving your screencast, so this way it seems very natural when you start reading through this. And as I start paging through this stuff, and by the way, you'll notice that my PowerPoint loses the effects and the transitions. If I had them on here, Screen-O-Matic will actually capture every animation, every effect, every sound, every motion. So if you want, if it feels like that would help enhance your presentation, add those. For me, I'm not a big fan of the animation, so I left them out. So as I'm talking, I'm going through all this stuff. You will notice when I go over my video, it's going to record that. So quite often I get a question is, how long will Screencast record? Sorry, Screen-O-Matic record. And right now the limitation is 15 minutes, which isn't too bad. However, if you're doing a group presentation, that 15 minutes might not be enough. And this is what I would recommend doing. Stop each time a presenter is done presenting. But you want a continuous video. You want to make sure it's all one continuous video, so from one person to the last person, your instructor just plays through it. Well, in another video, I will show you how to either glue them together using YouTube, or how to create a playlist that you can send to your instructor and they can watch beginning to end. For now, all it is about creating the video. So I'm done creating the screencast. How do I stop it? I'm going to go down to my taskbar. I'm going to click on that little square icon. And then now I'm going to click the Done button. And if all goes well, a new dialog box should pop up, and it's going to ask you what you want to do. Well, before I do something, I just want to make sure that this was what I recorded. So let me hit play. And if I had my microphone, my headset on, I could actually hear myself talk right now. I don't, so I'm just imagining that I am. And I could probably skip ahead. And you can see I'm in my PowerPoint now, and I'm jumping through. Is it possible to edit within Screencast-O-Matic? I haven't figured that out yet. If it does, I will add another video to this series so that you can learn how to do that. But I will show you in another video how to use YouTube to edit your videos, so you can get rid of that beginning lag that is between you switching from Firefox to PowerPoint, or for whatever you're presenting. All right, so it looks like this is the video that I made. I'm going to pause this. And now I have some choices over here. Do I publish to Screencast-O-Matic, YouTube, or to create a video file? Now, I'm a big fan of creating the video file. This allows me to have a local copy. So whatever happens during the uploading process, or if I don't have a YouTube account and I can't get it up there, I still have my local copy on my flash drive or on my computer. So let me click Publish to Video. And now it's going to ask me what type of file do you want to make this. Well, if I'm going to publish this to YouTube, I'm going to leave this as an MP4 file. If I want to share this with my iPad or my iPhone or whatever, any mobile device, I'm going to leave it as MP4. It's one of the most universal video formats out there. So let me click on QuickTime MP4, sorry. Now it's going to ask me about size. Now you got to be very careful. When we recorded this, I did this in full screen. As you can see in parentheses, that was 1280 by 720. Some of your monitors might be really loaded with pixels and hence create a really big video file, which isn't very upload friendly. So what you might have to do is either pick HD, which would then make it 1280 by 720 or 1920 by 1080. Or you can custom scale this, put a dot next to scale width, and then pick the pixels that you want. I'm happy with the 1280 by 720. So I'm going to leave it alone. And now I'm going to come down here and click Save Video. Now where am I going to save this at? Well, I'm a big stickler about organization. So I'm going to come up to this box. I'm going to click on, sorry, give me a second. Down at the bottom, Libraries. Then I'm going to open up my video folder. And then I'm going to open up my Screencast-O-Matic demo folder. You might have a different folder like World Hunger folder or whatever your presentation might be. And then I'm going to give it a name. In this case, how to use Screen-O-Matic when recording PowerPoints. I only did that to show you that you can be really descriptive with your file names. Let me click Save. You might want to give it a date. Now you might, after you click Save, you're going to be seeing this saving to video. It's basically rendering those images that you just produce. Depending on your computer speed, this might take a while. In this particular case, it's not taking that long because all I did was create a 2-minute video. But in your case, be very conscientious of time. You might want to walk away, grab a cup of coffee, and come back to see if it's done doing its thing. In a minute, I should be finishing up. And then the next question is, what do I do with the video? Well, what I like to do prior to uploading it to YouTube is I like to play it with my favorite video app. So let me close out of Screencast-O-Matic. Let me close out of my PowerPoint because I'm done with that. And I'm going to close out of Firefox. All right, so where is that video? Remember, I'm a stickler when it comes to file organization because I need to be able to find it. So let me click on Start. Let me go to Documents. Now I know it's not there, but when I open this up, I see over here on the left side of my Windows computer the video library. And I see that Screencast-O-Matic folder. And then I see that How to Use Screen-O-Matic. I'm going to right click on that, come down here where it says Open With, and I'm going to choose VLC Media Player. That's my favorite one. You might want to do it with Windows Media Player. It's entirely up to you. Now I'm going to double click to make this go full screen. And now it's playing. You notice down at the lower left corner it has that Screencast-O-Matic logo? There's nothing you can do about that watermark. It was a free application. Notice when you also click or move your mouse around, there's a little yellow ring around that. Nothing you can do about that either. It's just letting the user know where the cursor is so they can follow you along. So what to do about that Screencast-O-Matic? If you have a video editing tool, you could probably crop it out. That's one way. If you don't want to crop it out, then let me tell you something. Be very careful of what you put down the lower left corner of your PowerPoints. Obviously, the screencast watermark will be over top of what text you have in there. So just be conscientious. The first 10 pixels or so at the bottom of your PowerPoint, leave open so that logo appears. And that's it. Completely free software. All we had to do is open up a web browser, go to screen-o-matic.com, click on Start Recording, give it some permissions, set the properties, microphone on, look at this resolution, and then load your PowerPoint. So this was Nick Andre, your at-home instructor, and I will see you in the next video.